2021 is almost coming to an end and I wanna end it with a bang. Let's get started. Hey guys, Vimal here and welcome back to my channel. First of all, happy Diwali to all of you guys, and I hope you all are having a great time with your family. And to make it even more special, I'm back with a brand new budget category Dhamaka PC build in this video. And let me tell you, the build that we'll be doing in this video is gonna be like awesome, guys. This is something like no RGB, pure performance under 40,000 rupees, and you can get like great performance out of this build, which you'll get to see in this video. Thing is, you might think that this is that all new Intel 12th gen PC build, but no, that is not what I'll be doing. A lot of you people only were requesting in my recent PC build videos saying, hey Vimal, can you do like a best budget category build that should offer like great performance under 40,000 rupees, and that is what I'll be doing in this video. And before we actually get started with the components and the PC specs, I want to give a huge shout out to Empress Computers for sponsoring this video, so a big thank you to them. Empress Computers is a computer store, guys. They sell both online and offline and are based out of Lucknow and deal with all sorts of computer components like processors, graphic cards, motherboards and everything, along with computer accessories also. And not only that, they also build like custom PCs for you people depending on your requirement. So if you are in Lucknow, you can directly head over to their store. Address will be in the description box below, or they also have like an online website by the name Empress Computers, so you can directly buy components from there also at reasonable prices, and it will be delivered directly to your home. They ship all over India. So I'll leave links in the description box below, guys. You can definitely go and check out their website. Keeping that aside, guys, now the PC that we'll be building today is like a pure Intel gaming PC build, and we'll be using Intel's newest i3 that they've launched in the market. And let me tell you, there is no i3 in 11th gen or 12th gen. Intel didn't bring that, so we'll be using Intel's 10th gen i3, the 10105F, guys, the new variant in this build. So that is a CPU we'll be using. It's a 4-core 8-thread CPU with a max turbo frequency of 4.4 GHz, and let me tell you, this is like perfect for budget PC builds if you're planning to use it along with the GPU. This is a F variant, right? So there is no inbuilt graphics. You'll have to buy a dedicated GPU, and suppose you don't want a dedicated GPU, then you can maybe go for the non-F variant. So you'll have to keep that in mind before actually buying this CPU. It's like perfect for gaming and also home and basic office needs, guys. It'll easily get your job done. You'll get to see the performance after we build the PC. Now this is a 10th gen CPU, right, that supports LGA 1200 socket, and on top of that it's a budget build, so I wanted to go with the most affordable LGA 1200 10th gen motherboard, and the motherboard I chose is from Asus. This is a Prime H410ME Micro ATX motherboard. It's got all the basic features that you would need, guys, and LGA 1200, so easily readily usable for Intel 10th gen CPUs, and on top of that has M.2 slot also, dual DDR4 DIMM slots available. Only thing it's lacking is like onboard Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. Again, it's a budget motherboard, so you can't expect that also. You'll have to use something like a dongle for those features, extra dongle. Keeping that aside, guys, the RAM that we'll be using is like the most affordable RAM from HyperX. It's their Fury DDR4 RAM. We're using 8x2 16 GB RAM kit, guys, so in dual channel configuration. So perfect for this build and offers good performance at affordable price. Now coming to the main part, GPU, guys. Now thing is, we are doing a budget build, that to under 40,000 rupees. Under 40,000 rupees right now, if you look at the GPU prices now, it's like nearly impossible to use a new gen CPU like maybe 20 series or even 16 series is also not possible at this price point. Gaya wo zamana where we used to get like 1660 or 1660 super under 20,000 rupees. That GPU is now almost 45,000 rupees. I don't know when the prices will go back to normal, and that is the reason, guys, we'll be using a second hand GPU for this build. Now you might be like, Arey Vimal, second hand GPU, we don't want that, because second hand component prices keep varying depending on the area and also the situation, right? But let me tell you, major price differences won't be there, guys. Hardly like 1000 or maybe 2000 max difference. Now if you guys remember, 8 months ago or maybe a year ago, I made a budget category PC build, and that time I bought a second hand GTX 970 for around 6,000 rupees, and it still rocks in 2021, guys. Pair i3, Intel's 10th gen i3 with GTX 970, and you can get excellent gaming results, guys. You can do 1080p AAA title gaming at ultra high graphics easily at 1080p resolution. You can easily get around like 50 to 60 fps aram se. So I'll show you that also in this video. Now at that time I bought it for 6,000 rupees, and recently I inquired in the market, guys, in my area in Hyderabad, and there are still second-hand GPUs available, and 970 was available for around like 9,000 or maybe 9,500 rupees, and you can still bargain, that depends on you, but not more than that, guys. Still getting a 970 for 9,500 rupees in today's 2021 date is still quite reasonable, guys, because the kind of performance it offers is much better than what you would get on brand new maybe 10 series GPUs. If this is not available, you can even check out maybe something like a 1050 Ti or 1060. That will also get your job done. So choose any second-hand GPU that is available in your market, suitable for your build, depending on your budget. So that was about the GPU, guys. And if you talk about the other components, now for the cooling section, now we are not using any dedicated air or liquid cooler because we are specially tight on a budget. So we are going with the stock cooler only that you get with the CPU package only, guys. Basic stock cooler hai, but it will get your job done because we are not doing any overclocking also now, so it's fine. In future, maybe you can save some money and keep it aside, and that time you can upgrade to a dedicated air or liquid cooler depending on your requirement. Now lastly, talking about the power supply, for this sort of configuration now, 550 watt power supply would be like plenty. It will get your job done more than enough. Get something like a bronze rated or maybe 80 plus gold certified, and it will be sufficient for the build. And talking about the storage, get something like a 240 GB SSD only, and that will be enough, guys. And for the case now, since we are using like a micro ATX motherboard, I'm choosing a micro ATX case only from Deepcool. It's a Macube micro ATX case in black edition and looks absolutely gorgeous. I've told you, right, this is like a no RGB pure performance build. You're gonna get like a complete stealth black finish once you build this PC, and it's gonna look awesome, guys. So that is pretty much it, our complete overview of the components we'll be using for the build. Now let's get started. Alright guys, our PC is all assembled and good to go, and I think this was the most easiest build I've done in the recent times. Now finally, moment of truth, let's power it on and see. Whoa, looks clean AF. I've told you at the beginning, right? This is a pure performance build, no flashy RGB anywhere. It offers you a complete stealth black look and feel that a lot of people actually prefer, as it doesn't distract you while working. And look at that case from Deepcool. Class look, right? Complete matte black theme. You know what? I'm actually liking this concept. It doesn't look like a budget build at all. Just have a look at these beautiful shots of the PC and let me know what do you think in the comment section down below. Okay, I know you all have been waiting for this. Time to put the PC to action. Let's see what Intel's new i3 paired with a GTX 970 can do. We'll be playing a couple of AAA title games and see how the PC performs, starting off with our all-time favorite GTA 5. Remember last time I asked which games I should use for my testings and you guys said GTA 5 is a must and that is why I'm including it. We're playing this game at 1080p resolution at very high and ultra settings. Let's see how it goes. And by the way, you can keep a check on the PC stats at the top left corner of the monitor.
What?
Yo, my bad, man.
Would you open your damn eyes?
Oh my god. I don't believe this. A 39,000 rupees budget PC offering around 75 to 80 FPS on GTA 5, that too at max graphics? That is nuts! Now this is a kind of performance you'd like to see when you spend money. Paisa vasool results, guys. The game feels so smooth and I didn't face any sorts of lags or stutters till now. What more do you need for this price point? I have to say GTX 970 still rocks in 2021 and gives hope for all the budget gamers out there. I really wish Nvidia could bring back this card and maybe sell it for like low price, maybe around 10 to 15,000 in the market, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people would be super happy about that. But if they actually do that, I think nobody would buy 20 series or 30 series. Okay, anyways, so these were the frame rates we got in the ultra high graphics. If you turn it down and set it to normal graphics, you'll easily get around 130 to 140 FPS on GTA 5 at 1080p resolution. This is literally crazy, guys. The PC is powerful enough to play most of the AAA title games out there like Assassin's Creed, Far Cry and even Watch Dogs. You'll get around 40 FPS on an average on these titles, and if you lower down the graphics to maybe medium, then you'll easily get a constant 60 FPS, which is more than enough to enjoy gaming on a budget. I'm telling you right, you'll be very happy with the build. Lastly, let's also play one more game, which is Doom Eternal. We're playing this game also at 1080p ultra graphics and we're getting an average of around 60 to 65 FPS. Just check out the gameplay. You know what? Intel's new i3 looks quite interesting. So what I'm planning is I'll make a separate video on this CPU where I'll pair it with a couple of different budget GPUs in the market, play some games and show you what kind of results we are getting. Because that'll be like very helpful, right? It'll help you decide which GPU you should go for that particular CPU. I'm telling you the video will be quite interesting and also knowledgeable. So let me know your thoughts on that in the comment section down below. Well, that is it for today. Time to wrap it up. Let me give you the price list for this PC. Intel's 10th Gen i3 CPU, the 10105F, costs around 8,299 rupees. Asus H410ME Prime Mobo is available for around 5,499. 16GB Fury DDR4 RAM kit from HyperX costs around 6,200 rupees. And talking about the GPU, I told you right, I bought my second-hand GTX 970 for only 6,000 rupees, but it might be different for you depending on the area and the situation. So let's keep an average of around 10,000 rupees for the GPU. Now take any 550 watt bronze power supply from any brand, that should cost you around like 3,600 rupees. A 240GB SSD should be available for around 3,000 and get any budget case of around 2,500 rupees. So the total budget of this build comes down to only 39,000 rupees. And this, my friends, is the best budget Intel gaming PC you can build under 40,000 rupees in 2021. Value for money configuration. So that is it for today, guys. I hope you all enjoyed watching this video and got to learn a lot. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more awesome videos. And I'll see you all in my next one.